Cool. Staying healthy.
Great stuff.
Sorry.
Yep, I can start. I'll introduce it and we'll get going.
All right, cool.
Hi guys, it's Mick again from Metal Gods TV, and I am with Daniel from Ages.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
It's great. How's things still in Sweden? Yeah.
Yes, I am. I mean, it's a crazy time everywhere, but I'm staying, trying to social distance and staying away from people as much as possible. Sweden, as everyone knows, is being pretty stupid about this whole crisis. So I'm, trying to stay to myself as much as possible. But it's hard. It's getting, probably getting on everyone's, people are getting a little crazy now after a couple of months.
Yeah. But is it giving you time to do more things with the band that you probably wouldn't have had time for when you're, touring and things like that?
Yes. I mean, it is to take the good things with the bad. I mean, it's a perfect time to be more creative and spend more time in the studio and writing more music and be a little more, have time for things like that. So that's, at least some little shining beacon in all this.
Well, at the moment, I mean, you've just put out a track called "Burn Them," and that's from your upcoming album Uncrown, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. And has it been a while since your last one? Yeah, 2015, is it?
5 years. For reasons unbeknownst. No, but it's it's life and things. I guess we could have done it a little faster, but then again, we try to get together and write stuff. Since we're not like a rehearsing band, so we're writing stuff as we go along in the studio. So we're working together that way. So sometimes it's taken a couple of months in between sessions, and that just things get dragged out. And so we had a lot of material. A lot of the songs were pretty much done pretty fast. I think we started writing right after the release of the Malefic Miasma, but then the last little magic and that final touches just took dragged on forever. So, but finally, 5 years later, feels really good.
Yeah. So this probably has helped in that respect to get this finally finalized.
Yes. Well, actually, yes. I remember I sent I was in New York at the time where I sent the final masters to the label, and it was just a crazy time because it was during that worst. We're just heading into that worst part of the lockdown, so there were masks and all completely devoid of any social interactions. That was pretty good. Focus on that last touch and set it in. So yeah, I guess, and then also the aftermath of doing press stuff and videos and stuff like that. So it's actually helped. Kind of weird to say that, but from that perspective, there is not a lot of other distractions going on right now. So
yeah. So are you having to work in the real world as well, or is it just all band stuff that you do?
I guess it's a little 50-50. I would say I do have a normal job, but it's all in audio. So I'm teaching sound and music production. And then freelancing a lot of recording and stuff. But I mean, and live sound, for example, and all that is completely void now. There's no festivals, no touring, no nothing. So all of that freelance work is out the window. But at least I have the teaching still. So that's it's a little 50-50 freelance and band and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, it's more reward, trying to focus more on the personal projects, and that's a little more, it's so rewarding to do that. I've done my years of hacking away at recording punk bands. So,
so have you given up on touring altogether this year? Do you think you just sort of forget about it and wait and see what happens next year?
Yes. I mean, it's so weird because even if, let's say, things start opening up, there's no telling. Um, Everyone will want to tour and do shows and stuff at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be tricky for everyone to try to squeeze everything into this very little time frame of. So I think things are gonna drag out even longer, and we'll probably I don't know, just guy guessing that we were looking at, at least a year and a half, 2 years before everyone gets sorted out. I mean, all the creative businesses have really suffered. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm just lucky in the position, in my own way that I'm not scraping it's tagging along pretty much as business as usual, except for the loss of some recording jobs. But that's, but a lot of people who have their main income from touring and stuff, that's really, you have to find different solutions with,
Yeah.
I don't know, Twitch streaming or more merchandise or online streaming shows or something. But for ages, in particular, specifically, we're not really suffering from that because we are, we're mostly a studio band. So since it's just me and Andreas writing and producing everything, we basically we can just start in the next album, and we're not bound to touring events and stuff canceled. So for that, we're also we didn't have to postpone or cancel things. So yeah, it's a little. Some of us are a little more lucky. So.
Yeah, so for the as UK goes, really, probably be looking at a couple of years before you can get back to the UK. What do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely. I mean, that's it's especially also since it's a little trickier also to get to get bands over to the UK now with after Brexit and all that. It's
oh yeah,
gonna be more expensive. Also, I read somewhere they're introducing like you need a work visa thing that's gonna really skyrocket prices for smaller bands because you need the visas for like band members and crew members, and it's just it's going to be a lot. So we'll see what happens with that.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think our government know what the hell's going on at the moment. To be honest,
I guess, yeah.
I mean, one minute it's they need visas, the next minute they're on about certain groups are not going to have visas. So I haven't got a clue, mate. Yours guess as good as mine.
I guess. Fingers crossed. Still.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's still gonna, if first things first. I think Brexit was one crisis for smaller bands, but then suddenly all this shit happened. So now we have to just make our way through this and then see one battle at a time. I would say.
Well, at least you can like you say carry on with your writing and producing and all that sort of stuff. So at least we won't have to wait so long for the new material.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll definitely. I already started sketching on some ideas, so that's have more spare time like that, and since we're not bound to any other studio facilities or booking scheduling time like that, and we can just take baby steps every day towards something. So it's definitely. I'm sure it's not going to take 5 years for album number 3 to come out.
And what are the other guys doing at the moment? Are they all still working?
Yes, I mean, as of now, it's basically just me and Andreas doing everything because we had Bryce Leclerc from Dissection and also played live with Satirica and stuff. But he was on the first album, and then mid making the second one, he moved back to France. To I don't know, restart his life, just move back home basically to France. So that just made things very complicated for us, in terms of you have to send things back and forth, and it's just so we just completely what's the word, amicably, I don't know, just agreed, just sent him and said that, well, is it okay if me and Andreas just keeps on going by ourselves? And he's like, yeah, no problems, no hard feelings. So we just basically went our separate ways, and it was a little sad because he's such a super great guy and a great bass player, but things happen. So me and Andreas are basically, we're doing it going Satyricon style now. We just duo making everything. So yeah, he's working. It's normal job now, and he's also not affected from the crisis. So I am the one with way more spare time now.
Yeah. And have you got any plans to bring anybody else on board when you finally get touring, or is that just something you've not thought about yet?
We haven't made any specific plans about it. Me personally, I would love to try to get something together, because it's it's a great feeling to be on stage, and also to perform Aegis songs is just would be, it's something that's very close to my heart, and something that is an expression that just is very I don't know, emotional, in lack of better words. So I would really like to do that, and but it's only something that we can at this point in time speculate about. I mean, to bring people on board is fine, where there are great music bass players and drummers all around. So we'll it's just a logistical issue. So it's not a big deal, but time has to be right, and life has to be back to normal, and maybe take some convincing for me on Andreas's part to get it.
Yeah. And are you planning to do any live feed, like other bands have done, or anything like that, or is that still not in the pipeline yet?
I mean, I think for our part, the only thing that we could do like playthroughs. That's basically it. I mean, we can't do any real shows. That would take a lot of effort to just bring people together to, like, hey, you want to learn these songs for a live stream. That's the reward is pretty. Oh, you get some thumbs up in the comments.
Yeah.
So it's a little tricky, but yeah, other sort of media. I mean, I see a lot of people are starting their Twitch streams. They're starting, doing things on Discord and more YouTube presence. So yeah, I mean, stuff like that should be. I don't know. I'm just bad at it. I like writing music. That's why.
Yeah. And have you got any plans to release any more tracks from the album? I know you've done sort of one video and what have you. Have you got any more plans?
Yes, we have. There is another second single is coming out. Actually, what day is it today? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the day after tomorrow, Friday.
So everybody's losing track of days. Everybody.
So Friday we have the second single coming out called "Illicit State." So that's a little. Another taste of the album, and then the album releases on August 21st. And that will be like, we'll have a main track also out there. But yeah, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, second single out. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's just such a relief. You've been working on something for so long, and it's really, we haven't really worked our asses off, because then that we would have, it's been spread out over so long time, but it's always been there in the back of my head, my mind, and just a continuous, like, we have to, an urge to just finish it, and it's such just a relief to get things out there and to hear what people think. But it's basically going to be in the same. I mean, it's the same vein as our first album, so people will definitely recognize what it is that we're doing. It's the same melodic, atmospheric black metal. So in terms of who the writers are, I'm pretty sure it's going to be just basically a continuation of what we started out to do. But maybe it's a little more. Some parts might be a little more gritty, a little more like in your face, a little more. I wouldn't say. Gritty, I guess is the right word. It's like a little more dissonant and but still very melodic and very epic at parts too. So.
And where do you get your ideas? Is it through reading things, or have you just got ideas that come to you spontaneously?
Well, I mean, in this day and age, musically, I mean, there are two different camps. Like, you have the music, and then you have the lyrics. So musically, it's always been there. It's the same kind of music that I, loved in my my teens, and just continued to love. Then I had periods in life where I listened to no black metal at all, and then just go back. But it's always back there. It's always in, the core is always like old melodic black metal from the late 90s. It's always been So that tonal language and soundscape has always been super appealing to me. So that still resonates with me, and that's what I still am carrying with me and try to convey. So those ideas are always there, like out there. I'll just and I'm sure the same goes with if I speak for Andreas. Like if you just pick up a guitar, it's like a certain type of melodic language that just comes out, and so that's pretty self for me, just a very natural way of expression. And then but lyric wise, I mean it's a very like in this day and age, it's kind of easy to find topics for that, since it's mostly anti-theistic, and we have a very strong anti-intellectual movement in the world. I feel like so it's a lot of infuriating topics to write about. So that's also, I feel like, a never-ending source of material to find sources of inspiration for. But it's also kind of hard because it's it's kind of limited. Like it's there's no point. I mean, black metal back in the days was just about hating Christianity or whatnot and stuff like. It's like it's 2020. It's not really it's a big. Well, it is kind of a big issue in certain parts of the world, but you have to take into look at things from the bigger perspective. And what is the actual core issues, and try to dress them in words that are more like metaphorical and suits the soundscape. Obviously, it's not. I guess the same thing goes for every genre. Like Cannibal Corpse has to write their lyrics a certain way, and we have to write our lyrics. You have a limited vocabulary that would fit this, what it is that you're writing about. But topics is always, you just have to watch some documentaries on YouTube and then work up into a rage, and then you can. And
finally, have you got a message for all the people watching out there, whether it's in the UK or worldwide? Well, I mean, just please, I hope that everyone will enjoy, every fan of melodic, atmospheric black metal will enjoy, our album Uncrown, and to keep an eye out for Illicit State, the second single that's out on Friday. And I'm very excited to. I also heard that our album is I think done at the manufacturing plant, so I'm waiting to hold it, and I hope everyone orders their copy also. Now, if there's no touring, at least some merch or physical copies could be a fun thing to have. Good. So. Hope so. I look forward to getting the album in August, and look forward to seeing you on the road as and when. Hopefully, like I say, probably be a couple of years' time, but we can probably have a beer or something. And yes, and a little more gray hairs, but that's right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yes, nice speaking to you. Thanks. Bye.